Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 4:30 a.m. and I am awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. I don't know if I'm awake for the whole day or if I'm gonna go back to bed, but I'm kind of feeling like just staying up right now because I went to bed so early last night. I was so exhausted. I don't know why. And I told Alex, I said, we were gonna watch American Horror Story because we have 2 episodes to catch up on. And I said, I'm gonna lay down for just a little bit, which is such a joke. And then I'm gonna get up and we can watch American Horror Story. And I said, you know, or whatever. And I think we both just assumed if not, we would watch it on Sunday. So I went upstairs and I lay down and it was about 10, it was almost 10 till 9 when I lay down. And I was laying there for a couple minutes and it was the weirdest thing because Boo Radley has been like such a sweet baby doll today. Like he has been so sweet and attentive to me. And like, and he always is, but I mean, he's very much of a loner too, you know? And for some reason, I've been thinking about pee-pee all day today as far as taking naps. And so when I would lay down, I would be in bed and Alex would be downstairs watching TV and I would hear these little, you know, it's raining so hard right now that you can't hear. But I would hear these little taps on the floor next to me, you know, and Pee-pee would have come upstairs and wanted to take a nap with me. So I would like reach over the side of the bed and, you know, get him and bring him up on the bed. And I had been thinking of that, you know, and so anyway, I was laying there, and the next thing I know, Boo Radley is next to me on the bed. I can hear his little feet on the floor, the wood floor, and he almost never, like unless I like pick him up and bring him upstairs with me, he almost just never comes up on his own to take a nap. And it was the strangest thing because I had been thinking about that with Pee-pee, you know. And so I told Alex, I shouted over the side because he was watching Lucifer. He said I guess he's catching up on 2 seasons or something, I don't know. Because I said, that Lucifer just never ends. You have so many episodes of it. And he's like, well, I have 2 seasons to watch. Do you hear all this rain that we have? It's ridiculous. Anyway, so I told Alex, I said, guess who came up to visit me and to take a nap? I said, little Boo Boo came up here. So I picked up Boo and I put him into bed and he got all comfy on the pillow and anyway, I took a nap and then my alarm went off at like 10:30 and I snoozed it for a while and then Alex came up at about 11. And we kind of talked in the dark for a couple minutes. And, anyway, and then I just was like, Alex was like, if you don't get up to go vlog now, he said, you're gonna have to do it in the morning. And I said, I know. And I said, but I'm so comfortable, I just want to lay down for like 10 more minutes. Because I don't know if you can see this, but it's like massively raining. He was like, if you don't get up right now, he said, you're gonna have to do it in the morning. He was like, just go do it right now. And I was like, I'm just gonna lay here for 10 more minutes. I'm so comfortable. And he just laughed. He was like, okay. And so the next time I woke up, it was like 3 something. And then I was like, I slept through the whole night. And then I was kind of like, well, I'm just gonna vlog in the morning. But I've got my recovery commitment today and I've got some other things that I have to do. And I was like, that's gonna make it really rough to watch, you know, to film videos. And then Alex is coming home and we're gonna watch Halloween Kills. And I was like, okay, so if I have to get up and vlog first, like that's gonna make it rough today. Plus, I don't really love vlogging during the day. I just feel like I'm more focused vlogging at night than I am during the day. I just kind of feel like I'm out here on the road all by myself, you know? So anyway, So it was like 4:03 or something, and I got up, and then I was down in the kitchen and got some water. And I looked outside when I was in the kitchen, and I was like, is it raining? We've had so much rain this fall. I finally moved my mums in because they're so soaked. And then tonight, the ones that are like inside, I watered them. I'm like not doing well with my mums. I'm not very happy about it because they were so beautiful when I got them. But they're like starting to wilt and brown and stuff because the ones that are on the outside are getting like got soaked. Like the yellow ones I got at Meijer. And the ones that are on the inside, I haven't been watering as much because it's been raining, and so I just don't think about it. And so tonight I watered the ones that were on the inside, and I had brought the yellow ones in from Meijer, like closer to the chairs. And there it is. It's pouring down rain again. I don't know if this is like any sign for what the winter is going to be, but if we have snow and ice like we're having rain this October, it's going to be a very, very wet winter. And supposedly, per the Farmer's Almanac, I think I already said this on here once, a couple, like maybe a week ago, we're supposed to have a very cold winter and a very wet winter, which I don't necessarily mind. I think that's kind of fun, but I only really like it until like around Christmas, and then after that I don't really care for it so much, you know. But I mean, what are you gonna do? It's winter in Indiana. We've just had such mild winters the last couple years that we've been really blessed with that, you know, to not have like these horrific winters. So, but anyway, and then yeah, and then I came out here to vlog, and it is currently 63 degrees outside, and it is 4:37 a.m. Good morning. Hi, how are you? And I'm like not up to par on listening to my audiobooks because I haven't been listening to audiobooks the last couple days. When I've been in the car, I've been listening to music. And I was just listening to Airplane to Heaven by Wilco. I forgot how much I love that song. Do you ever just turn, I just love to turn my iTunes on and just let it like go from one song to the next. And I have so many songs in my iTunes that it's like stopped a little bit raining. But I have so many songs in my iTunes that sometimes I forget like what songs I have in there. I just love to listen to it go from one song to the next. So, oh man. Yeah, so hi, how are you guys doing? That's my day. What did I do today? I got up and I slept in a while today, and then I got up and I just did a bunch of stuff around the house, a bunch of nothing, honestly. And then I went and I did a review at, well, oh, this was interesting. I was like, speaking of listening to music, I was driving to do this review at Dunkin Donuts, and I was just listening to iTunes, and this song came on the radio, and it was that song by J.P. Sachs and Julia Michaels called, I think it's called If the World Was to End. If the world was to end tonight. You know, do you guys know that song? It's like if there was there's an earthquake in the song, and it makes the guy and her think like, if the world was to end tonight, like, would you come over? You know, and we forget everything that like didn't work. And I got so emotional listening to that song. Like, I just like really like break down emotional. And then I pulled into like the parking lot at Whole Foods and just recorded this video just about my thoughts. So yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. But so then I went to Dunkin Donuts, and I did a review of the peanut butter macchiato. It was really good. And then I came home. Tiny and I were playing like phone tag all day long. I was trying to get a hold of her, and she was trying to get a hold of me, and so got home, and then I filmed a drama video and a Peterisms video. Did I film something else? No, and then I got all the videos up. I fed the dogs and watered the plants and brought the trash bags in, or the trash bags, brought the trash can in, and because it was trash day. And that was kind of my day. And then Alex came home and he got Chipotle, and then he sat there and watched Lucifer, and I sat on the couch and talked to him for a little bit, and we just talked about stuff. We talked about our plans for the weekend. He doesn't really have any plans for the weekend. He's like, I'm gonna be around. Well, Saturday night we have plans with another couple. Our friends that are pregnant, we have plans to do something with them on Saturday night. And then we're going to that Newfields thing. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but for Christmas, Melissa and Jason and Alex and I went to Newfields at the art museum. It's like their gardens there, and they had it all lit up for Christmas and stuff. So apparently they do it for Halloween too. Melissa and Jason and Aaron and Eric, we were all good. So the six of us were gonna go again, and but there weren't tickets available for all of us like on the same days, because you have to buy tickets in advance. So they went last weekend, and Melissa said it was cool, but she said it wasn't as cool as the Christmas ones. So apparently it's just like they have the gardens lit up, and it's real spooky, scary, and all this kind of stuff. It's like for Halloween. So our friends, our other friends that they wanted to go to, the ones that we had the baby shower for last weekend. So we are going with them on Saturday night, and Alex said, they're kind of like, they go to bed real early, and these are the people that we went on the trip to Fort Lauderdale with too, and they go to bed really early. So the thing doesn't even start until like 9 o'clock, and so we'll probably be there from like 9 to 10 or 9 to 10:30. And so Alex was like, well, maybe we can do dinner before. And I was like, okay. So we're gonna do, I think, dinner at like 7:30 somewhere, 7 or 7:30, and then go to the Newfields thing. That's Saturday night. And then tomorrow night, I told Alex, I said, don't make any plans because I want to watch Halloween Kills tomorrow night. And Alex loves horror movies too. So Alex and I are going to watch Halloween Kills tomorrow night. That's our plans. I'm really excited about that. Like, I'm really, 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 really excited about that. So that's tomorrow night. And, I mean, it's like out now. You can like watch it on Peacock TV like now. I'm gonna have a hard time not watching it during the day. But I do think tomorrow, like during the day, I'm gonna do a little bit of a, like I might go and watch the last one that came out, which I can't remember what it was called. It's not, I don't think it's Resurrection, because that's the one, no. But they've been doing like AMC has been doing, you know how they do like the 31 days of Halloween movies? They've been doing a countdown to they've been showing a lot of the Halloween movies. Tonight they were showing the Rob Zombie versions of Halloween, and I don't love those as much, but they're really scary. Like, I forgot how scary they are. I don't know which one it was. I think it was the original Halloween that was on tonight, because she was like shouting at Annie at one point, and Annie is in Halloween 1. Deborah Hill, the producer, played Annie. So, I think. I say that, and then I'm like, okay, somebody's gonna fact check that, and then but no, I'm almost positive Deborah Hill, who was one of the producers, played Annie in the movie. But, so, yeah, I'm gonna maybe watch the new one tomorrow during the day, and then that's tomorrow night, and then Saturday I'll make videos and stuff before we go. to that thing, which will be really fun. I'm excited about that. I don't know. And then if we get home early from that, maybe Saturday night, Alex and I will watch American Horror Story. If not, we'll watch it on Sunday. Yeah, and just not a whole lot on Sunday. We talked about maybe like trying somewhere different for brunch. And getting brunch and then hanging out and watching TV. And I haven't really decided if I'm going to make videos or not. I guess it depends on if there's stuff going on, you know? I just kind of play it by ear, day by day. It was a good day, though. It's been a good day. So I had this kind of like emotional meltdown thing that happened today. I don't even really know what was going on. I've been really emotional lately. You know, I say this a lot on here. I don't say it a lot, I guess, but from time to time I'll say, you know, there's a lot that I don't talk about on my vlog, or there's a lot of things that I don't share on my vlog, right? And, you know, there's things in my personal life right now, a lot of like recovery things, not with me personally, but that it's just not mine to share or tell, you know, that have made me really emotional lately. And other stuff that I've got going on that's just, I feel like is making me really emotional. And I just feel like my emotions are all over the place. I feel like 1 second, you know, I'm like laughing and just joyous. And the next moment, I'm just like bawling my eyes out. I will say though that I really feel in touch with my emotions right now. I know that sounds corny, but like I really feel like when I'm happy and I'm laughing, like it feels, do you know like when you're hanging out with friends and like you're just kind of laughing and having a good time, but you're just kind of laughing because, you know, you're having a good time and everybody else is laughing? Like when I find myself like laughing or having a good time with my friends, like in that moment, like I feel really, like it's clear. It's like a clear emotion. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I'm really happy in that moment. And when I'm like sad or thinking about something deeply that moves me to emotion, like I'm really in that moment, I'm like connected to it. And I really think it has a lot to do with me very much practicing being present lately. I've really been practicing being present in the last year, you know, in each moment. And so when I'm driving down the road and I'm listening to music, it's just like, you know, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm listening to music and just allowing myself to be super present in that moment and enjoy that moment and appreciate that moment and appreciate being alive and appreciate allowing myself to just feel whatever I'm feeling, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, happy, sad, joyous, devastated, angry, whatever I'm feeling in that moment, you know, just to feel it. You know, fear, sadness, jubilation, whatever. And it's really making me appreciate each and every moment, I guess. I don't know. But I was listening to that song today, you know, and I was thinking to myself, like, life is this weird thing, right? I'm just gonna, like, go with my thoughts, so just walk with me on this journey. So, life is like this weird thing, right? It's like, where am I at on time? I can't even see. You know, you have friends in your life, right? Like, I can remember when I was in high school, my best friends in high school, you know, my group of 4 or 5 girls that I ran around with. Like, I could never imagine a day where I didn't talk to them. I mean, I thought we would talk. I mean, honestly, you could not tell me otherwise. I thought we could talk. I thought we would talk every day for the rest of our lives. Really, I did, you know? And I think really because I was so present in the moment of high school. And I think I was very scared to grow up. And I had finally found a group that I fit in, that I felt very safe. And I remember my friends and I, you know, we were really into the movie The Big Chill in high school. Like, we would watch the movie a lot, right? And I remember, I can't think of his, God, why can't I never think of that actor's name? The one that brings Meg Tilly. You guys know what I'm talking about. And they're having a conversation. It's like him and Glenn Close at one point. And he says, you know, I have not watched that movie, honestly, in like 20 or 30 years. I should watch that movie and see how I feel about it now that I'm their age in the movie. Because that's what it's about. It's a bunch of, if you've never seen The Big Chill, it's great music, first of all, but it's about a group of friends. I think they were friends in college. And because we were always real attracted to movies that were about a group of friends. We used to love this movie called The All-Nighter that had Susanna Hoffs from the Bengals in it. We loved that movie too, and it was about three girls that lived together. It was Susanna Hoffs, and then it was, why can't I think of her name? She was in Working Girl. I love her so much. Her brother was in, he's been in like a million movies, like The Grifters. He's like super famous. Why can't I think of her name? She was originally, like, they were both in, like, 16 Candles originally. That's where they got their start. Joan Cusack. And Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Michelle Pfeiffer's sister. So the three of them are, like, roommates, and they go to Pacifica College. And it's, like, the night of before their graduation. And they're friends with these two surfer guys. And I should watch that movie in a while, too. I should watch that movie, too. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. It's a great movie. And we used to laugh because this one surfer guy would say, "A babe in the kitchen's worth two on the beach." We would always say that line. I don't know why. You know, it's so silly, the movies that you love when you're younger, right? But we loved The Big Chill. And so it's about this group of friends from college. And one of their friends has killed himself. And so they're all at the funeral, and it starts at the funeral, and it has, they play that song, "You Can't Always Get What You Want" by the Rolling Stones, which my mom always loved the Rolling Stones, and I loved that song. So anyway, after that, it's like they all, I think it's, why can't I remember any of these actors' names tonight? It's Glenn Close, and she's married to, I can see the guy in my head. He's got like curly dark hair. Anyway, and they have this big house out by where it happened. He was staying with them when he like killed himself. And so all their friends stay there for the weekend. It's like this kind of friend reunion. And Jo Beth Williams is in it. Meg Tilly. That was like her like movie premiere. Meg Tilly's movie premiere of being in this movie. But really what it's about is like this group of friends, and they've all gotten older and they're different now, you know, and now I really want to watch it again. I'm like, I can see it in my head. I can see these conversations in my head and how much they've changed through the years and stuff like that. And you know what's interesting is, like, there was a day, I'm gonna get real emotional again, I can feel it. But like in high school, there was a day that you couldn't have told me that me and my friends would never see each other every single day, you know? That we were that important to each other. And there's been periods of my life where I've had very, very dear friends of mine, you know, that I just always thought that we would be so close for the I mean, I've got friends of mine in sobriety, I've got friends of mine, you know, and it's like, for all different reasons. You know, I've had friends of mine that have passed away. I've had friends of mine that have moved away. And their moving away has caused just, you know, a rift in the, not a rift, but like a distance in the friendship. I'm like craving a cup of coffee like nobody's business. It's just caused distance. You know, it happens. Life happens. That's the reality, you know, is that life happens and people get new jobs. And, you know, I think also, this is going to sound crazy, but like, unless you've experienced it, I don't know, maybe it's the same thing for a lot of like single women that decide not to get married and have kids. But like as a gay man, like as my friends, like even my like working friends, when I was like, you know, working, my friends that I worked with, you know, we all started off together. Like we would go out to eat, you know, on weekends, or we would talk on the phone, or, you know, we did social things together and we're close friends. And then like as people started getting married and having kids and, you know, baby showers, and then, you know, and then it was, you know, getting them in the right preschools was the conversation. And then it was, you know, dance class. And I mean, I make a joke about it on my rant videos, but it is really, that has become my life over time. You know, like when Tanya and I became friends, I mean, her son Nick was 4, right? 4 or 5. And so like I grew up with Nick, and you know, or Nick grew up with me being around. So I was part of the family, kind of, right? And I have like maybe 1 or 2 other friends that it's been similar to, you know, like to that. Like Aaron's kids have grown up around Alex and I, Melissa and Jason. But by and large, it's like my friends that have kids, they, you know, they start hanging out with other couples that have kids, and they meet other people through their kids' school or sporting events and things like that, or neighbors. I think a lot of neighbors hang out together these days, you know, and I think that's totally normal, right? Like I don't have any animosity about it whatsoever. But what would happen is, and I think this is why, like, you know, Alex will have a really good group of friends, and then like every couple years, and I think he gets kind of like, this last group is kind of it, honestly. But like what would happen would be like we used to joke about it. Like I would say something, you know, about, is this the new friend or whatever? But like, I think, you know, like Alex would like be really good friends with a couple girls and do things and be social and go out to dinner. And he's like, Alex's life looks nothing today like it did like 10 years ago. I mean, he was going out all the time. I mean, he still goes out, but he doesn't go out like anywhere near like he did back in the day. Well, we were both going out back then, you know? But I think that what's happened over time is that, you know, a lot of his friends have gotten married and had kids and settled down. And now what's happened is, I think, as a result of marriage counseling and as a result of us like getting closer, you know, is that now we do things a lot with those couples. Instead of like Alex getting new friends that aren't married or are single and just dating and whatever. And that's what I did too. I mean, that's exactly what I did. You know, it was like, I would have like a core group of friends, like 1 or 2, like my friend Tanya. But then I also had, you know, friends that I went out with and I did stuff with because, and then when they like got connected, you know, or got in relationships or whatever, if I didn't want to sit at home alone, I needed to meet some new people, you know? But through the years, I've had a lot of people, maybe I won't be getting emotional. I thought I was going to get real emotional talking about this, but maybe not. I don't know. It's just the realities of life, right? But through the years, I wouldn't say tons, but I would say, you know, 10 or 20 people that I was really close with through the years that, like, if it was my last day on earth, I would want to look them eye to eye and say, like, you were really important to me. You know, like, you really, really mattered to me. And, you know, no matter what's happened to us, no matter the time, the distance, the arguing, even if it's that, no matter the differences, like, I love you, and I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. Because, like, I think this is the thing, is it's, like, so often we think, well, why reach out to this person because they live so far away? We're never going to really see them. Like, there's not, like, a realistic relationship there, right? Or, you know, they have their own lives. I don't want to burden them. I think my mom felt like that a lot, you know? Or, F them. I don't want to talk to them. Like, you know, we're not friends anymore kind of thing. It stopped. But what I was saying was, on that last day, would those differences matter to you more? Or would it be more important for you to look at that person and say, you know, despite all of our differences, I mean, you're not going to be here. Your life is over, you know? Despite all of our differences, you meant something to me. I love you. I loved you. Like, you were important in my life, you know? And I don't know, I was just listening to this song today, and I just got, like, flooded. Like, all these faces in my head of, like, people that have just been really important in my life, you know? It's like, you know, I don't talk to, like, my mom's friend Susie very often anymore, you know? And her daughter posted a picture of her at, like, her kid's, the volleyball game, and I just was like, I didn't realize it had been so much time since I'd seen her, you know? I mean, she still looks great, but she's older, you know? It's like, even when I see, like, my dad, you know, it's like, my dad will always look like my dad to me, but he looks older, you know, and we're all getting older, and it's interesting because I notice, like, my friend's hands a lot, and I notice this with my mom. I notice my mom's hands start to age, and it's so surreal to me. I mean, it is so surreal to me that my mom got sober at 51, and next year I'm going to be 50. I'm like, I almost can't believe it. It's like that I'm, like, right on the heels of where she was when she got sober. It's, I don't know, it's just bizarre to me. But you know, those were also the best years of her life. I'm not ready to go, but, like, you know, but, like, that's one thing that, like, I haven't really noticed with me yet is my hands. And I kind of think that that's going to be really weird. I know that that's going to sound strange, but, like, when your hands start to age, if you're older, you'll know what I'm talking about because you notice it with people. But, like, who was I looking at the other day? Oh, this friend of mine at a meeting. I mean, he's quite a bit older anyway, but I was just like, he was talking with his hand, and I notice people's hands a lot anyway. And, I don't know. It'd be weird when that happens, you know? I mean, I think that's kind of part of my whole idea of, like, when I say, like, I just want to age authentically. I mean, you can't hold on to it forever. You just can't, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with loving aesthetics, you know, get all the Botox you want and the facelifts and all that kind of stuff. Do whatever you want to do, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with coloring hair. Hell, I mean, I did it for 20 years, you know, of my life. It was expensive. And, but I just think, like, at some point, for me, it was like, what am I holding on to, you know? It's like, sometimes I see people, and it's not just women, I see a lot of men that are like this too, you know, that color their hair, and they're like 60, and you know, there was somebody that we knew for a while that there was, like, a group of guys, I think, that were doing, like, those shots. I think they're, like, real unsafe. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're not unsafe, but they're not like the, I'm not talking about, like, the B6 shots or whatever, but they're, like, I don't know what kind of shots they are, but, like, growth hormones or something like that. I don't know what they are, but to, like, they're supposed to help you stay young, to look young. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? this is like this group of like real rich guys that we like knew through somebody else. And, you know, they all like had the hair transplants. And, I mean, and they looked good. The hair transplants looked good and stuff. But I'm just like, that's a lot of work, you know? But I don't judge it. I think do what you want to do, right? I mean, if tomorrow my opinion changes and I want to get facelifts and stuff, I don't want any kind of surgery, let alone elective surgery. Alex and I laugh about this all the time because he's like, Alex is always like, I'm sure this doesn't surprise any. Oh my God, this camera tonight. Is it back in focus? I can't even see. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm convinced it's the beanbag. I think I need to get a new beanbag. Oh my God, you guys, guess what? I did order a new battery and a new memory card. Well, the memory card you guys can care less about, but I ordered the new battery, and I just ordered one because I want to make sure, because they're expensive. They're like 40 some bucks a piece. But I think there was a couple different ranges. I got it off of Amazon. I think the one I got was 35 or 38. But I want to make sure, because it didn't say on the one that I got that it's rechargeable, and I want to make sure that it's, I'm sure it is, but I just want to make sure that it is before I order another one. So I actually ordered batteries. But, you know, Alex and I laugh about this all the time because Alex is always like, he's always asking my dad like 9 million questions about, you know, plastic surgery when we see them and stuff. And Alex is like, what I was going to say was, I'm sure this would surprise nobody to know this about my husband, but he's always like, well, I'm going to get my eyes done, and I'm going to get a facelift, and I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to get this done. And I'm like, okay, do it all. Do whatever you want to do, you know? And he already gets Botox. He gets Botox about every 6 months. I don't think he needs it, but I think, I don't know. I kind of feel like he, like, I mean, I would say it to him. So I think he gets Botox because he likes to say he gets Botox. But he really believes that it works, that it helps him. But I will say this, that like, in talking, you know, to my dad and other people, they always say you have to start Botox early for it to work later in life. Like, to come in later and then like take away your wrinkles, it's not really how Botox works. But I don't know. I'm no expert on Botox, and I don't claim to be. I've had it. I had Botox done several times, and the first time that I had it done was about 6 weeks before I got married. And because it takes about 6 weeks to like, it doesn't take 6 weeks, it takes like 2 weeks. You start noticing effects, I would say within a couple days, but it really takes 6 weeks for you to look in the mirror and be like, okay, or 2 to 6 weeks to be like, well, no, that's not true. 6 weeks is a long time out. It probably takes about 2 weeks for you to look in the mirror and be like, damn, I look good, right? And I have to say, I looked in the mirror and I was like, damn. Like, I could tell a difference. Like, it just smoothed everything out. I really noticed a difference. The thing with Botox is that you have to keep it up, right? So, you got to keep on getting it done over and over and over again. So, I don't know, 6 months later or something, I got it done again. And I was getting it, like, right here. And then in my forehead for my wrinkle right there, which I now love. I have now fallen in love with this middle wrinkle of mine. And then I was getting it here and here. Like crow's feet area. Well, it looked okay the second time. But I realized that, I don't know if you've seen this with a lot of people that have had a lot of Botox through the years. But it also has to do with, like, you know, I don't know. But my eyebrows started arching a little bit. And I was like, ooh. And like kind of not setting. Like I could still move them and stuff. But it just kind of changed the shape of, and I don't like that. I just didn't like that. So then, the third time that I got it, which was like a year or a year and a half after that, I think, like it like drastically arched my eyebrows, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not ever getting it again. And around that time was also when, no, it would have been when I stopped coloring my hair. I have some pictures of mine, though, from back in the day. And I don't know, you know, my opinion might change. I might get Botox down the road, you know? Who knows? I'm a human being and I can change my opinion at any time. But, like my friend Tanya says, they have all their Christmas trees in this Sullivan's nursery over here. It cracks me up. They're all lit up and stuff inside. But it definitely changed the look of my face a little bit, you know? Of course, I was a lot thinner then, too, but... I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today. So yeah, it's weird getting older, you know? It's weird when you think about these people that you were so close with that you would have told anything about your life, that if you saw them tomorrow, they would pretty much be complete strangers to you, you know? I wouldn't tell half of my old friends things that I tell Tanya today. Oh, never would I ever. I don't have that kind of trust for that friendship or that relationship today. I don't even know them, nor do they know me, you know? And that's like the really sad thing, I think. It's funny, sometimes, like, I'll look at people on Facebook, you know, that I was, like, close friends with, and I'll see, like, their pictures of, like, what they're doing now, like, people that I don't really talk to anymore, you know, I mean, for whatever reasons, I mean, I could send them a message and be like, hey, it's great to see you, we should, like, get together and have lunch, you know, but sometimes I see pictures of people that I was, like, friends with back in the day, and I'm like, I mean, I'm sure equally they could look at my Facebook and feel the same way, but I'm like, I don't even know this person. Like, this is not, like, you know, I mean, obviously it's been 30 years or 20 years or whatever, but even some of my friends from 10 years ago, you know, it's like, but I think that's part of life, you know, people grow and people change and life happens and we don't stay the same, you know, we just don't. This guy just ran a red light over here. Because these two lights are green. He ran a red light right there. He didn't even know it. So did he. Oh, or maybe that's green. I'm like such a cautious driver that I'm always like paying attention not only to what I'm doing, but what it makes me scared. I don't know. I feel like I become my mother in that a little bit. I hope not, because my mother got to the point where she would not even drive on like a highway. She wouldn't drive on interstates, definitely. She took all side roads to go places. My mother is one of the only people that I know, too, that got pulled over and got a speeding ticket for going too slow. True story. The song is called If the World Was Ending. I've got it in my head because I can hear it. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? It's an interesting thought, nonetheless. You know, it's like that game Screwballs. Did you ever play that game with your friends back in the day? Or like the question game? You know, like, if you could save 1,000 people, bet you had to lose a leg, would you? Alex is so not fun to play those games because he always just says, that's stupid, I'm not answering it. Or he'll say, I would keep my leg and save 1,000 people. And I'm like, that's not an option. He's like, well, it's my game. I can do whatever I want. I'm like, that's so not fair. You can't play like that. He's like, I can play however I want. I'm like, that's not fun. Why are you doing that? My friends and I used to play those games. Oh my God. All the time. We would just drive around and ask each other the strangest questions like that. If I lived over here at these residences, which I think it used to be a hotel and now they turned it into a residence, it's called the Residences, these condos on top of the mall, I swear I would have Cheesecake Factory delivered every single time. Oh my God, I'd be 350 pounds. I'd have Cheesecake Factory delivered every night for dinner. True story. If the road was empty, you come over. Yeah, I haven't like got my audiobooks going because I haven't been like driving in my car listening. I've been listening to music during the day, a lot of music, and then at night, well, I've been sleeping and other stuff, and I haven't really felt like listening to my audiobook. Although I will say the Aristotle and Dante book is fantastic. I'm really in the mood to be reading. So this is the thing. I should have just saved it for November, but I was too excited to start it. But here's the thing. It's a beautiful book. It's very poetic. It's fantastic. It's amazing. It's everything, right? But I'm in the mood to be reading something scary. I'm not in the mood to be reading a poetic love story. And so I think when it's like, I get in my car and it's like, turn on music or a podcast, scary podcast, or listen to my audiobook, I'm always like, music, you know what I mean? If the road was empty. What's the last Halloween movie that came out before Halloween Kills? Why can't I think of it? Alex has like a full day today. He said he was going into work early. He said he was going to go into work at 7. And then he's got like all this stuff that he's doing today. But he said he was going to be home early. Because I said, well, what time do you think you'll be home? I want to see if Starbucks is open. And it's 5:18. What time do they open? Hardee's opens at 6. I know that. But what time does Starbucks open? I don't think they're open yet. I think Starbucks opens at 6, don't they? Let's drive back here and see. No, it looks empty. Or maybe they open at 5:30? Because there's cars in the parking lot. Let's pull up around me and see. Starbucks. I mean, I guess I could just pull through, couldn't I? I don't really feel like it. It's 6 a.m. Dunkin Donuts. Well, let's head to Dunkin Donuts then, right? That's what I say. I was just there earlier today. See, here's the problem, is I'm wide awake, and even if I tried to lay down right now to go to sleep, I don't think that I could. But then what'll happen is, like 8 or 9, I'll start getting tired, right? And so then I'll want to sleep. But then if I go to sleep at like 8 or 9, I'll sleep till noon. And then I've shot half my day. And instead of just staying, you know, up and, oh well. So I think after I get off here, I'll listen to my audiobook for a little bit. I'd like to put in maybe like a half an hour or an hour of my audiobook. And then if tomorrow night, if I'm not too scared to get in my car, I will listen to some of my audiobook as well. Well, I can't be too scared because I have to vlog. Whenever I go out to my car, I always think of that scene from Urban Legend. Do you guys remember that scene? Where the girl is like at the beginning of it, she's leaving that gas station and the guy tells her, like the guy's trying to tell her something and she doesn't listen to him. And he's like, there's somebody in the back of your car. It's that, you know, and they're playing that turn around every now and then, that Bonnie Tyler song. And do you guys remember that? And like the guy's flashing at her in her rear view mirror because it can see the person in the rear. Anyway, I always think of that when I see how scared I can get. Why are you scaring yourself like this, Peter? I don't know. I don't know why I am. I really don't mind just like a rainstorm like this in the morning. This is kind of nice, you know? I'd rather have a rainstorm like middle of the night and early in the morning like this than I would throughout the day. Because like, well, when I had to like come out to the car, it was like pouring down rain and I got like soaked like really quickly. This is kind of a nice time to have like a rainstorm like this. Sounds pretty, doesn't it? See the rain shining off the street. Can you see that? Everybody's going to work. Everybody's getting their coffee early this morning in the rain. I think a cup of coffee in a rainstorm in the morning sounds so good. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. There's like all these books that I want to read. But if I could just read cozy mysteries for the rest of my life, I would. Like, never picked up a new book that came out. Never picked up, you know, and it's like I always just like read one or two in between a cozy mystery. But like, I honest to God, I don't know what it is about that genre that I never knew anything about before. But if I could just listen to cozy mysteries for the rest of my life, I would. I love them. Like, I'm constantly looking at what's the next one I want to read, what's the next series I want to start, how many more do I have in this series, you know. And I've started a few series that I don't really care for. I can't remember what the one is called. I think it's the one by Morgana Best. And it actually has like a lot of books in the series. There's like 15 or 20 books in the series, I think. And it's about this woman. I read the first one and she goes this, maybe I should read the second one and see what I think. She goes to this small town and like her house has like is like an entity. And her like grandma or aunt, it's always that, you know. They left her like the house. And she starts a bakery. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of liked it maybe, but I gave it 3 stars. I don't know, it just wasn't super great to me. But then when I was like looking online, when I was because I was looking it up to like put it on my list for my series, it had like 15 or 20 books in the series. And I was like, oh my God, this series goes on forever. So maybe I should try it again, I don't know. Maybe I should read another one. But I love them. There's like there's a lot of standing water on the street today. We're almost to Dunkin Donuts. This is like the perfect morning. Wait, how's the song go? Best part of waking up is Peter in my cup. Oh, my Lord. No, family friendly. The best part of waking up is coffee in my cup. They don't look open either. I want to get the newspaper this morning so I can do the newspaper, or do the crossword. I said I was going to do that the other day and I never got it. I was like so busy the whole day. I just kept on going and going and going and going and going. Could I get a medium black coffee, please?
Sure, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, come there.
You know, I don't know that I've ever just had Dunkin Donuts. I'm sure at some point in my life I have. But I don't know the last time that I had just like a plain black coffee from Dunkin Donuts. I have 4 Starbucks cups in my car right now.
Alright, 256.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Yeah, I have 4 cups. I have this water cup. I have this water cup. I have this Texas cup that somebody sent me. Don't mess with Texas. For water. And then I have this one for coffee. Not pretty. The oil one. I have 4 Starbucks cups in this car. I've got to take these in. Best part of waking up. See, right now, I'm like pulling this coffee out. I'm like, oh my God, it would be so fun. Look at that little thing, that little stopper. I'm like, it would be so fun to listen to a scary book right now. A little cozy mystery or scary book. Not that I don't love the book that I'm reading, because I do. I love it. But at the same time, I'm like, that would be really kind of fun, you know? But, well, listen, you guys, I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to listen to a little bit of my audiobook and head on home and maybe try to, I'm like laughing because there's like this jean ensemble in this, consignment store. I love a good consignment store. But like they have like the jean jacket and it's like all bedazzled and they have like the matching jeans like in the window. Alright, you guys, listen, like I said, I'm gonna get off here now and I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and then go home and relax for a little bit and maybe start my day early today. Oh, here's Starbucks right here. They're open. How is this Starbucks open? Well, anyway, I'll try a different kind of coffee today. So, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Friday. If you want to watch Halloween Kills, you can watch it on Peacock TV. I think you can sign up for a free trial and watch it, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Or you can sign up for 1 month and it's probably cheaper than going to the movie theater and seeing it if you don't want to go to the movie theater. Halloween Kills is on Peacock TV. It came out today. If you have a desire to see it, you can download the app, you can watch it on your computer or whatever. So you can also get it through your cable. And one thing I will tell you about Peacock TV is that certain cable companies, if you sign up for it for free, like our cable company, we get, if you have cable, we get Peacock TV Premiere for free through our cable company. So all the shows and everything you can watch on there for free. So just a little inside knowledge for you. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna get off here now, and yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!